Like I talked about, Steve Nash loves Book.
It's
Sean,
because he is an old head.
he is an old head.
Even at a young age, he was that. That's just who he's been.
You 100%, Lynn. He is an old soul. Plays basketball like an old head. Operates like an old head. Drives old cars. I mean, he's just a unique guy in that sense.
I found a quote from the Arizona Republic from October 2nd, 2017. So back when I didn't have any gray hair and was 80 pounds lighter, Book said this: I've been working on an NBA skill set level for a long time. I always try to outsmart my defender. I'm not the strongest. I'm not the fastest. I can't jump the highest. So for me, it's doing it in other ways. Changing paces, using your body to get open, knowing your defender. A lot goes into it. You have to study the game. And so to me, you put that together with the college choice and what his mindset was coming in the league. Doesn't necessarily surprise me that when he comes into this setting, he goes, all right, I can be all these other things because I have the skill set, and I know that's where I fit in best on this team. And I think that's why he's a FIBA guy, because the whole thing about FIBA is you are bringing together a great accumulation of talent, but how does it fit together? And guys like Book, guys like Drew Holiday, Derek White on this particular roster are guys that will do things that get the job done, so the LeBrons, the KDs, the other guys can have more of that starring role. And his ego's not affected by it, and I love that. He can take that and put that aside. Yeah, maybe I'm 1A, 1B with my franchise and could potentially be the greatest son of all time. But at Team USA, I'll be a great teammate, and that's going to get me a gold, and that's all that matters in this situation.
Yeah, he's playing chess, not checkers in this environment, and he's shown you signs of it. If you look at the previous Olympics, how he played, you look at how he's been playing now. Go back and look at the tape of every All-Star setting Devin Booker's been in. He's always sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes you're looking and you're seeing guys pull up from the logo, and he's passing up a toe line 3-pointer to get somebody a layup. And you're like, why?
I mean, you saw it in the last exhibition game. People online were like, hey, I kind of wish Devin would remember he was a shooting guard. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, some people want him to be a little more selfish.
Yeah. But then he has the craziest shot in the entire game on the end one, which was ridiculous. But the irony about the All-Star game is he says he's not the most athletic guy. The most memorable thing he's done, a putback dunk in the All-Star game. It's bizarre. But
he's a unique guy in that setting, man. It's funny to see, and it's fun to see because there's not too many people that can actually pull it off the way Devin pulls it off.
Cesar in the chat says Clyde Drexler's legacy isn't tarnished because he was a role player on the Dream Team. I think it's a great point because that was the peak of Clyde Drexler's powers. Yes. He had just taken, to Portland to the finals against Jordan, went toe to toe, and then came in to the Dream Team and was like, I'll be that guy.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But I think going back to the quote that you shared, Espo, this is kind of like a full circle moment, right? We're heading into year 10 for Devin Booker. That was his rookie season where that quote kind of came out. And at every stop of the way, you've kind of seen this is who Devin is at his core. It hasn't changed whatsoever. From rookie season to previous Olympics, they were saying the same thing about him. Now we're seeing it when you're talking about playing with bigger stars. Like you mentioned Chris Paul wanting to play, KD wanting to play with him. And I mean, we even have this tweet, right? Kyle Kuzma, September 2023 said, USA basketball better get some NBA stars that know how to play a role. Anybody can be nice with the ball in their hands, but can you be cool with defending and going to the corner for a few possessions? Book quote tweeted and said straight up, I'll do it. I'll do it.
And I'll do it literally flying straight from the NBA finals to the Olympics.
Yeah.
He's a different cat. He really is a different cat. And again, I'm 1,000,000% transparency. I've talked to players, I've talked to agents, I've talked to people across the league, specifically players. Man, Devin is such a unicorn when it comes to those private conversations with players where they're like, there's only a few players in the league that you can go play with that won't hinder your game, but they'll still get theirs. Devin is in that small group. I'm telling y'all, I know there's a lot of talking about what Devin is, what he can become, what he's done. But I promise you, he is in a small group. I'm talking about a handful of players that can accept anyone in the league. And they can come play with Devin, and they will stay playing their style of basketball, and Devin will adapt accordingly and still be very good at it. So that's what's intriguing, and that's why if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, be happy that you got Devin Booker.
Totally.
He has a unique ability too, and Lindsay, I don't know if you experienced it the same way, but when I was around him, even though you're not the most important guy in the room, he can make you feel, or important person in the room, he can make you feel like there's something valuable about what you're doing, right? I think I've told the story, but my last game with the Suns, it was March of his rookie year. And I think, I'm standing there doing my social BS, trying to get a video of them coming out the tunnel to run on the court. He runs out and he starts chanting Espo's last game as he runs through the tunnel. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I'm like, you're going out there to play an NBA game, and you remember that shit? Like,
that's awesome.
Which is, it's those little things. I think he does that for teammates and sacrifice too, which makes it, a cool experience for an entire team to play.
Yeah, he's super chill and reserved. But when you do have those connection type of moments, they're very impactful.
And you can see that in his relationship with Al McCoy as well. Anytime there's anything Ring of Honor related for the Suns, anything Al related, he just takes the time, and he doesn't go out there and be like, "Hi, I'm Devin Booker and I'm here." He's in
the corner watching, taking it in,
and then leaves because he cares. That's it.
I mean, that moment this year. My brain is fried with all this past Sun stuff, but it was this year. Shawn Marion, right?
Yes.
That presenting Sean with the those kicks to go what he had to go through to get those.
Yeah, to find those prototypes.
But trust me, I tell you, but that's a hard get. And for him to go that, it makes the past players love Book. Like I talked about, Steve Nash loves Book.
It's
Sean,
because he is an old head.
He is an old head.
Even at a young age, he was that. That's just who he's been.
You 100%, Lynn. He is an old soul. Plays basketball like an old head. Operates like an old head. Drives old cars. I mean, he's just a unique guy in that sense. And I think Caesar said it. Your favorite player's favorite player. Man, that's real, man. That shit is real. Devin is one of those guys. Last thing, real quick. Y'all remember the All-Star game when they had the drafts? The two captains? I think it was KD and LeBron. I think it was 2 years in a row. I remember they had the starters, and then one of them had the first pick. 2 years in a row, Devin's the first pick.
Yeah.
And if you go back and look at that and look at the reaction of the other guy,
it's like, damn.
It's like, fuck. Right? So that's the type of guy he is, and it's around the league.